Let's write the expression of a sum or difference of logs with linear arguments for this problem. So here I have a log of a quotient. So that's a hint, I'm going to probably use my quotient rule. But I also don't have linear arguments. So notice my arguments are actually quadratic. So I need to actually factor these arguments to get linear arguments. So I'm going to rewrite this. My first step is to factor. And so I'm going to rewrite that as a log of factoring the numerator. I can rewrite that. Let's see, I need two numbers that multiply to -2 and add to -1. So if I multiply to -2 and add to -1, I'm looking for a difference of 1. So 2 and 1, and I'll make the two negatives, so I end up getting a -1 when I add those together. So I get my two factors here are x plus 1 and x minus 2. And I always double check this, make sure, like, if I FOIL this together, am I going to get what I started with? And I see my last term is going to be 1 times -2, so that looks good. Add my middle terms together, I'm going to have 1x minus 2x, which gives me -1. So looks good. All right, moving on to the denominator now. Let's factor that one, and that one I'll do in green, let's say. So that one, I have a typo in. That should be x squared, I'm sorry. Let's see if I can change that without erasing anything else. So that should be an x squared. That's a little easier. Okay, so that one is, oops, green pen. So I need to get two numbers that multiply to -4 and add to +3. So multiplying to -4 means I'm looking for a difference rather than a sum, because I'm going to have one positive, one negative. So 4 and 1 gives me a difference of 3. I want a +3, so I'll make the smaller number negative. So my two factors here are x minus 1 and x plus 4. All right, so now I have all linear arguments, so that goal has been met. And now I can use quotient rule. I also have a product rule, because notice in my numerator I have a product between these in the numerator and the denominator. So I'm going to use the product rule and the quotient rule. So what I do to apply both of those rules at the same time, I'm going to rewrite, I have 4 arguments, so I'll write 4 logs, and every time it's in the numerator, it's a positive. And every time it's in the denominator, it's a negative. So, let's see, I have log of x I have 2 logs in the numerator. Those are both positive. And I have 2 logs, I don't know why I'm changing colors, in the denominator. So those are both negative. So in the denominator I have x minus 1 and x plus 4. And in the numerator I have I don't have x plus 2. I have x minus 2 and x plus 1. So I've looked at this log, which is a log of a products and quotients, and I've applied both product and quotient rule in one step by making everything in the numerator a positive and everything in the denominator is negative. Remember, logs are really just exponents, so they follow those same behaviors. Okay, and that's my final answer. I'm just trying to glancing over my work and making sure it all looks right. I can just kind of double check. X plus 1 is in the numerator. X minus 2 is in the numerator. The negative x minus 1, so that's denominator, and a negative with the x plus 4, so that's denominator. So there's my final answer.